Welcome to the show, everyone. Haven't done a live reaction stream in a long time, but I figured it would just be faster to do it live and then the video would sit there for anyone who wanted to watch it later. So here we go. Uh, if you're here, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell so you can be notified about any future content. I haven't done a surprise live stream like this in a while. So if you're watching it on Twitter, please don't. Please watch it on YouTube. It's very hard to actually leave comments. You can't leave comments on Twitter. So yeah, just make sure that you're doing that. But let's jump into it. Today, DeAndre Hopkins signed with the Titans. 2 years, $26 million, up to $32 million with potential incentives. We don't have the full guarantees. It's probably mostly a 1-year deal. With if it goes well, the team can keep him around at that kind of $13 to $16 million cap number for next year. If they don't, probably most of 2024 is not guaranteed. They can move on. So in terms of what this means, I think some people are probably going to overreact. I think some people are probably going to underreact. So let's try to have an appropriate reaction. If there are any questions in the live chat, I will take them. I do have a script, but if there are questions in the live chat, I'll take them. So for redraft, some people are talking about, they're speculating how this is going to affect Derrick Henry. I'm not really speculating on that. I had him RB10 before, which meant I had none of him. I still have him RB10 now. It doesn't change anything for me. Next, DeAndre Hopkins. I moved him into my redraft rankings, but I put him at wide receiver 26. So at wide receiver 26, I'm not going to have any DeAndre Hopkins. This is the worst landing spot possible. I don't know why people think it's good. Why would anyone think it's a good landing spot? Ryan Tannehill, whatever he is not a high volume quarterback. They have Derrick Henry, so they're going to be a run-first offense. And in addition to all of that, Treylon Burks is not nothing. He's going to compete for targets. And Chig Okonkwo is still there. So it's not the Chiefs, which would have been the best spot. Or even the Bills, which would have been a good spot. Even the Patriots, DeAndre Hopkins would have been the only relevant receiver there compared to everyone else. Treylon Burks is better than anyone on the Patriots by a lot. So this is like the worst landing spot possible. I have him wide receiver 26. That actually puts him between the Jaguars wide receivers. I have Calvin Ridley one spot ahead, wide receiver 25. Christian Kirk one spot behind at wide receiver 27. I'm not that in on DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going to have none of him. I didn't really draft him before. Once I heard this was a possible landing spot, the Patriots were the other one. And that would have been a little bit better, but almost as bad. So yeah, I'm not too interested in him. Treylon Burks, I had him ranked above consensus at wide receiver 28. I dropped him down to wide receiver 36 in redraft. Essentially, that's saying I think Treylon Burks is good. Treylon Burks didn't become bad when DeAndre Hopkins signed. However, the target ceiling is a lot lower. The range of outcomes is a lot lower. There is a range of outcomes in which DeAndre Hopkins is washed. Tennessee is where old wide receivers go to die. We've had Julio Jones and Robert Woods both die there. So it does happen. So that's why I didn't move him down too far. Wide receiver 36 in redraft, I think, is fair. People are going to be 2 out. He's going to be a common target for me because there's a good chance that DeAndre Hopkins falters or isn't the same as he was in this new destination, a late career change. The big winner, though, is Ryan Tannehill. I moved him up from quarterback 29, basically no hope, to quarterback 20. Adding, even if DeAndre Hopkins only finishes at wide receiver 26, he added another competent weapon. And this change makes it clear that Tennessee is going to compete. They're probably going to stick with Ryan Tannehill all year, or unless it's a total disaster. So I moved him from quarterback 29 to quarterback 20. And then this question here, are Chig Okonkwo, Westbrook, and Phillips the biggest losers? I mean, Westbrook and Phillips were not relevant. Chig Okonkwo is probably the biggest loser if I had to choose between him and Burks. Speaking of Chig Okonkwo, I moved him down from tight end 12 to tight end 14. And I kind of moved him down a tier. I kind of redid my tight end tiers. Really lost a lot of upside with DeAndre Hopkins there. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be ahead of him in targets. So now Okonkwo going to have to rely on a lot of touchdowns. Maybe there's still a path, but the path has become a lot thinner. The upside is a lot lower. The floor is a lot lower. So I still have him at tight end 14 because, again, similar to Treylon Burks, Chig Okonkwo didn't become bad when DeAndre Hopkins signed. The talent he showed as a rookie didn't go away, but it's not what it was. So he's down to tight end 14. So that's takes care of everything for redraft. For Dynasty, DeAndre Hopkins, I still have at wide receiver 38. And honestly, that's probably too high because he's already 31. I'm just mostly out on him. This is not a spot where he has league-winning upside. I'll let someone else draft him. I'm fine just missing on DeAndre Hopkins. And then as for the rest, Treylon Burks, I moved down from wide receiver 17 to wide receiver 20. I'm sure that people are going to overreact and move him outside the top 30, so he's going to become my biggest buy in all of Dynasty. Chig Okonkwo stayed at tight end 14, but he moved down a few spots overall. It's kind of in a no man's land, so kind of kept him mostly where he is, but I moved him down because in the short term, it does hurt him. But like I said earlier about redraft, his talent did not disappear when they signed DeAndre Hopkins. And then Will Levis, I didn't move. It's a double-edged sword for Will Levis. If he goes in, they have better weapons. But signing DeAndre Hopkins makes it a lot less likely that he's going to go in. So those things kind of cancel out for me. I didn't move him. I still have him at quarterback 29. Ryan Tannehill, I moved up a few spots. I moved him ahead of Jimmy Garoppolo because now Ryan Tannehill is the one I would want if I wanted a short-term streamer. It gives him the option to look good and get another job elsewhere, which I thought was kind of out of the range earlier. So moved him up quite a bit in overall spots. I think about 15 to 20 overall spots. It's a big deal for him in both Dynasty and redraft. In terms of actionable overall takeaways, I would say the biggest one is that I'm not going to have any DeAndre Hopkins in redraft. Most of what I've seen him ranked in the top 20. I just can't do that. We saw Julio Jones was great. Great. Then he went here and he sucked. I don't see it. I'll let him beat me. And I don't think I'm going to regret not drafting DeAndre Hopkins. If he finishes at wide receiver 18, it didn't kill me. I just look at the other guys in that range. I mean, Chris Godwin is in that range. He's, a lot younger. Didn't just move teams. Deebo Samuel is in that range. Christian Watson has more upside. DJ Moore. I can't do it. So DeAndre Hopkins, I'll have none of in redraft. Tannehill is now a solid QB streamer. It would have been tough to play him at all before. Now, in good matchups, he'll be a high-end quarterback too in those good matchups. So he's a quarterback streamer that's now going to be important this year. And congratulations to anyone who drafted him early in Scott Fishbowl. You got to steal there. Chig Okonkwo in redraft, I'm probably out. Just not going to be a tight end I'm going to want to draft. But he might be a decent buy low in Dynasty because, again, his talent didn't go away when DeAndre Hopkins signed. Treylon Burks is a streaming buy low in Dynasty. I didn't move him down that much. I moved him down about a round of value. But I still would rather have Treylon Burks over like a lot of the older wide receivers or someone like Jahan Dotson, who I don't think has the same upside as Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks has long-term alpha upside, and Jahan Dotson or someone like that doesn't have that. So I still have Treylon Burks significantly ahead. And then the last thing is DeAndre Hopkins is no longer hanging as a sword over the other players. So we don't have to worry about it. If you have Tyquan Thornton or Rashee Rice or Kadarius Toney or Gabriel Davis or Dalton Kincaid, you don't have to worry that DeAndre Hopkins is going to disrupt you on the Bills, Patriots, or Chiefs, which were the main three teams in contention to sign DeAndre Hopkins. You don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, that's kind of my takeaway. I'm not that excited for him on the Titans. I want him to go to the Chiefs really badly. But it is what it is. And buy Treylon Burks. That's my main recommendation in terms of something you can actually do to acquire someone. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I have my weekly live stream every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you like the channel, make sure to sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/fantasyadvice. That's the best way to support the channel and all the other stuff I do. And there is the link. But until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out.